you're just giving me like this warning. It feels like my convo with Charlamagne came across more like he wanted me to back up from Grand and niggas like that. Like, yo, don't fuck with these guys. You're gonna even hear him say some stuff which I didn't say before, where he's basically like, yo, Grand and them niggas is snitching on you. And I'm like, snitching on me for what? You know? But that was the like, for me, I was just like, I get like, I'm like one of the younger media personalities, but I'm not that green to flip on my squad without you giving me actual, like, you can't. So we don't know where this came from. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, I can't fuck with Grand no more. Because he eventually tells me that supposedly Grand has been talking to investigators, right? And Grand has blamed everything on me and Drake. And I was like, bro, you can't even tell me where this is from. So, like, there's a point where Charlamagne was like, yo, Ak, be careful, man. How much do you trust these guys? And I'm like, dude, I trust them more than whatever you're hearing because you can't even tell me where you're getting it from. Like, I don't even know what are you talking about right now? So that was just a little odd to me because I'm like, it's like you're trying to have me to flip or to back up off these people who I'm cool with, who have, you know, we have built a lot in the last couple years. But with you giving me these details, me even asking you, yo, where did shit come from? Like, what the fuck is this? It's like, yo, I don't know. I can't even talk about it. I'm like, what? Like, what are we talking about? Anyway.
Gave Akademiks a heads up because Akademiks has done that for me before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Akademiks has reached out to me before.
Yeah.
To say, hey, I don't know if you see what's happening over here, but such and such is doing this, such and such is doing that. Oh, hey, you know what? Good looking, right? So I was returning the favor. And you know, usually, man, stuff comes across the desk all the time. We do media, right? So in media, you get tips, anonymous tips. I got so many files on so many different people. I don't know if things are true. I'm just saying that these things come across the desk, right? Usually, there's a lot of stuff that I ignore. This was one I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out on. And I don't know if I reached out through text before Jeremy Hecht said what he said or after.
Jeremy Hecht?
Yeah, let's play what Jeremy Hecht said. Because Jeremy Hecht accused Akademiks of taking money from
who's Jeremy Hecht?
Politicians. Jeremy, he used to be on this Hip Hop DX show with DJ Head and Elliot Wilson. Called
Irrelevant. If you gotta explain it like that, he's irrelevant.
Bigger picture. I think
understanding this, right? Like, you know, these people be thinking that these other people that they meet in the industry is their friends. You know, like Act thinking Charlamagne is his friend because he reaches out to him and says something. Charlamagne thinking Act is his friend because he didn't reach out and said something. Man, listen, man, it's a dog eat dog world. Yeah, you got associates in this world, man. But a lot of these people be getting lost thinking like people they friends because they getting money and other people getting money. So it's like, oh nah, we getting money, so we cool. When really though, it's only about the money. It ain't about me rocking with you and I'm your friend. And no, you just make it where as though it's more common for it to be a problem where y'all beefing because y'all becoming close and the egos getting away and people feeling like they got more reach than the other. Yo, my reach long. I could do this, I could do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. Yeah, facts, too much, most definitely. You know, see, I know the game. You know, I've been playing in life for a while. I know the game and I understand on a bigger level, it just get more broad. You know what I mean? But I know on a level of life that I've lived on how the snakes operate. You know, but some of these people, you know, they feel like people are their friend. You know, I know the game. You know, that's why as we grow, SBGB TV grows, you know, y'all gonna see. Like, listen, yeah, I might have some people on the show sometime. I might go on the show, but I'm rocking dolo. I can't trust nobody. And I ain't going to act like I'm going to meet, some people that saying they can do something for me on the internet and they want to do business with me. And I'm going to act like all of the shit I done learned my whole life and people being snakes that I just forgot about it. You know what I mean? But I understand Akademiks has to learn this shit now. A lot of these people, they got to learn this shit getting into the game because they didn't have like a street experience before the internet. If you had a street experience and you was able to come to the internet and talk, you're not going to deal with niggas like that if you were something in the street. And I'm just going to be real. People that were something in the street and they was like somewhat successful in their street life, they're not going to come to the internet and act like everybody you meet is your homie. Nah, because you're going to understand how the streets operate. You're not going to be trying to embrace everybody because niggas in the streets is snakes. So if I come to the internet and start dealing with these people, they're just going to be snakes on another level. They're going to act like they're my friend. I could do this for you. I can help you with this. I can do that, and the third. And the next thing you know, you're trying to turn and snake me and talk about me behind my back. This how the game go, Yeah, so I'm glad that, I'm able to grind and figure it out. I like it that way. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Just keeping it a buck. You just natural who you are, DEEZY. That's what makes you who you are. We love it. And I appreciate y'all. Facts. I appreciate all y'all that rock with SBGB TV, your boy DEEZY. And I'm just glad, like I said, I'm thankful for all the experiences that I've had. And it gives me the understanding to be able to deal with things like this. That's why I know I'm built for this shit. I'm really built for this shit. Bringing it from the muscle, building it up. It ain't gonna be like nobody saying that they gave me this or did this. Nah, I put the work in. All the people that rock with me, they rock with me because of the work I put in. How raw and authentic I am. And I'm going to just keep it that way. We're going to build it one brick up at a time. That's a fact. These guys, they learning as they jump in. It's just like, a lot of the young people that get on in life doing, something in the entertainment world, rap world, they got to learn about the snake game. They don't understand the snakes. They think the people that's coming to them with a smile is all good. When with me, I'm automatically looking at everybody funny. You know what I'm saying? This just is how I rock. I don't care who you is. When you come in my presence, I'm looking at you funny. Now, if I feel you out after that, all right, cool. But I'm still looking at you funny. Soon as you do one thing crazy, oh yeah, I know what it is. It can be the smallest thing because you gonna show the sign. I can see it. All right, I gotta make sure I keep my distance. I understand this shit, But these people, they be thinking like, how they be dealing with whack and shit like that. They think like everybody's cool, They think because certain people got money and, the relationship. Man, I don't care about that. I care about my peace and sanity. You know what I mean? I know I'm going to get money. I'm always going to get money because I'm a hustler. I don't need to be somebody else to get the money. And, some of these dudes, they willing to adapt to whatever's going on to get the money. And then they get caught up, You got some of these people that get with certain people in them industries and they be doing foul shit and then they get around them, and then they get them to engage in foul shit with them, and then they like, yo, man, don't nobody know we do this and we do that, and then when they go down, they pointing the finger at you. Nah, he did it. Nigga like, damn, you the one that turned me on to this shit. Whole time you was the fall guy, and that's why they put you on what they was doing, so they can have somebody to put the blame on. It's a dirty game. Facts.
He still works for Hip Hop DX now. Listen to what Jeremy had.
Akademiks says that he has $100,000 for me if I can prove that he was being paid by the head of Truth Social.
Jeremy, I got $100,000 for you if you provide that.
Let me read some receipts. November 14th, 2025. Chris Pavlovsky sent a payment to Livingston Allen for $8,804. And another one on December 23rd, 2025 for $1,234. That's almost 10K. Technically, that's only a tenth of what you would owe me. I won't put it on screen, but you can go double check the PayPal act. Now I know you want to act all confused and Google it.
Head of Truth.
Now, I don't know if I'm
going to jump in because I listened to this part before and Charlotte skipped over it. First of all, I debunked that. That was a Rumble payment, not Truth Social. Second of all, Charlamagne did hit me up afterwards. So he hit me up afterwards. So, and if Charlotte does listen to this, you know, I think I talk very clearly, even when I'm talking to you privately, but I'll say it publicly because I have nothing to hide. My antennas went up when I said, why is someone having a dossier that might include me? And I said, I've always told that people could pay for music promotion. I have a platform. I've always said that. This has never been a secret. Charlamagne legitimately told me, this is bigger than just entertainment. And then he evoked politics. He says, yo, it's an election year. It's politics. They're saying that, you know, either you or the people around you are taking money for political shit. And I'm like, huh? And that's where I connected that to Jeremy. Because Jeremy said I was taking money from politics. Like, nigga, I know if I took some money from politicians, I would have been said it, nigga. I would have been said I robbed them niggas. That's what I do, nigga. Stole that. So I was caught off guard when Charlamagne said, no, this is not about money and music. This is about politics. Your platform and the people around you are so big, people are investigating to see if y'all are influencing. That threw me for the loop. So that's the part that I'm not too sure if Charlamagne didn't realize. I was so confused. I'm like, you're saying we're influencing. So that's basically the thing. They don't care if I you know, promote Drake or whoever. They're saying your platform and the people around you, they're starting to influence elections. And then I hear this MAGA shit. And I'm like, huh? So whoever's like doing this is also having that angle that we're influencing people, and it's an election year. We might maybe flip votes. So then I start thinking about a bunch of stuff. Number one, why Charlamagne hit me about this? But I'm like, he does deal with politics a little bit. But then I hear the Jeremy nigga has the same thing, and I'm like, this isn't making sense. I keep asking Charlamagne questions. It was a weekend. He was like, when I get back, I'll ask Lauren LaRosa. And I'm like, okay, so I'll never hear about this again. You know what I mean? And by the way, I've never heard about it again. I've never heard about it again. You get what I'm saying?
Before this or after, but I do remember when I saw this, I said, oh, shoot, let me hear that. Because what came across our desk was the same information, but not that. It just was like this spreadsheet that was like, yo, DJ Akademiks takes money from music people and media people and, you know, political people. And also.
And that's the confusing part with Charlamagne. What came across our desk. My question even to Charlamagne, if you're trying to give me a heads up, how did it come across your desk? Don't just tell me that somebody is, yo, I heard somebody trying to kill you. How did you hear it? How did this information that you're saying that you have verified and you could send me pictures of people at their houses, who sent it to you?
See, and this would be happening, right? You know, Charlamagne is cool with some other people that he's acting like he has the same type of relationship that he has with you. Now, these people must be more in tune with him than Akademiks. So the relationship he got with them, he's gonna, keep that over there, but play the mental game with Act. Yeah, I heard this from over here. I'm just letting you know, and because they want Act to switch up how he's operating. Yo, don't do this for this person and that person. Try to scare him to stop doing certain things. Nah, we don't want you to be promoting Drake shit, and we don't want you to do this for that person. The manipulation game. Once you got influence in this shit, you become a target. Straight up. When you got your own influence and it's big, you become a target. They don't like that shit because they can't control you. And people like to control you. This is why certain people try to come to you when they see you start getting in position to try to get next to you to control your influence. Like Wicked 100 is going over there messing with 607 Unk. He wants to get next to him so he can start trying to control, to put his narratives out. This is why he goes to different people that he sees channels are growing so that he can try to control the narrative through them. Now, this shit just happens on a bigger level, Let them control, let him control his narratives through certain people. This is why he deal with Act, Adam, Vlad. So, the people on bigger levels, they really try to, not pay attention to people that might have influence on the YouTube space on a high level on YouTube until they feel like it's messing with their game. Now, when it's messing with their game, now they want to pay attention. Now they want to say something. But if you over there messing with somebody else and going at somebody else, is cool. But once you mess with their game, oh, now they trying to, this shit here, it's all manipulation. It's all con artist shit. It's all scams. And, they feel like because they're on another level that they can do it and they can't be touched. Life ain't what you think it is, for real, for real. It's a bunch of lies and manipulation and scamming and a whole bunch of funny shit going on. When you deal with people, it get wild. This is why you got to watch who you deal with. Everybody smiling ain't your folks. Everybody smiling don't got your back. Everybody say that they with you, they not really with you. It's a dirty game.
You only heard about it from Lauren LaRosa? Who sent it to her? Where is this info coming from? Whose angle is this info? And I'm getting nothing. So once I'm getting nothing, I'm like, all right, I gotta just back up. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't do proxy wars. Like, so that's what I said. Like, me and Charlamagne ain't beefing. Charlamagne didn't say fuck Act or nothing like that. So I fall back, but I could no longer tell the people who are getting harassed, which is my team, yo, bro, because that's what I do. Like, if they've ever posted something about Joe, I say, yo, Joe's my man, right? Joe's my man. Joe's my guy. Yo, hey, get the, like, a lot of times I go on Akademiks TV or whatever, and I get the shit up off about my friends because they might just be doing journalism or they're, how they're getting info. I'm like, nah. It's my guy. Get that up off of there. You get me? However, if we get into this media space where it's like, everybody got like these hidden things, all right, I can't keep doing that. So I'm like, all right, let the victor goes the spoils, because I thought I've saved a lot of people. If they don't feel that way, all right, cool. Let me show you when I don't tell nobody stop or I don't tell nobody no. And that's it.
And you know that's what they do too as well. You know, people that are connected to you, they're gonna target them because they might feel like they're weaker. You know, you might stand stronger, so they're gonna target people that's connected to you to feel like they can be able to, you know, get to you. You know what I'm saying? Put the pressure on them. Try to find everything wrong that they doing. Yeah, it's a dirty game, man. You know, it's a dirty game.
You know, everybody's playing for themselves. Again, my whole thing is, I know some people like, why are you mad at Charlamagne? I'm not mad at Charlamagne because he gave me a heads up. I'm like, listen, it's clear that somebody on your side is either behind it or got the info from somebody they're cool with. Here's the thing. It's like in war. You just carpet bomb the whole thing. You figure it out later, man. You carpet bomb the whole, and that's kind of what's been happening. And I can't even, you know, trust me, I haven't been necessarily happy about. I don't like seeing Charlamagne being discussed in non-GOAT like manner. I have a lot of reverence to him and his skill and, you know, what he's done for commentary and hip hop, but also we're in like different times. I don't even know what the fuck to say these days. You get what I'm saying? It's like Charlamagne might be in cahoots with niggas that don't.
Understanding this though, right? The older you get, the more people change. Some people be feeling like because they meet certain people, they gonna be locked in with them forever. Most of the time, you gonna fall out with the people. This is a fact. Most of the time, you gonna fall out with the people that you once been cool with. It's a selective few in life that you still gonna be cool with. Yeah, so you gotta prepare yourself mentally for those days to come. You know, and these people be thinking because they all got money that they always gonna be tight forever, not expecting the fallout because they haven't had those experiences where they've dealt with people for a long period of time and y'all might have had a great relationship, got money together, and then the relationship fell apart for whatever reason. You thinking that, yo, this person gonna be with me forever. I'm gonna get the information. Yo, that's my guy. Yeah, you gotta watch my guy. Straight up.
And again, I do take it personal if it's y'all like, oh, we're targeting the people around you, not you. Nigga, that's how it works. Niggas like Russia. If you let them surround you, nigga, after a while, they just get you. So I can't let y'all just go in and try to dismantle Grand Wizard, this person. No, hold up now.
They take money to spread false narratives about folks, like do these smear campaigns and things of that nature. And that wasn't even what I was really calling them to get a heads up on, because Ak will tell you himself. Ak's like, yeah, I take money to, from music people. Like that's not a secret.
Facts.
The political stuff he said he didn't know anything about. Whatever. The reason I called Ak, and Ak said, I think that he asked me who was behind it, and I said I couldn't tell him. That's not true. I said I don't know, but I would find out. But what I did tell him was that these three individuals, Carson McCoy, another guy named Alex Ocha, and George Nguyen. How you pronounce it, Chris? It's a Vietnamese name. Nguyen.
By the way, the second name I've never heard it in my life. But go ahead.
Nguyen is the closest, yeah.
George Nguyen. He's that's Grand Wizard chat nigga, and he is from Australia.
Now, chat. Remember what I told you? I told you a lot of this stuff recently. Like they have declared war on Grand. From when I went to the Kendrick show, bro, Kendrick's mans approached me about Drake and Grant. Like, yo, they have declared war on Grant. Yo, I even said, remember I said the other day, and I seen some people clip it on Twitter. They were like, yeah, right. Nobody gives a fuck about Grant. Yeah, why they got like 5 private investigators outside his house, even though he's an AI? Like, why? You know what I mean? Why are they stalking him? You know what I mean? But whatever.
Hell yeah.
So, Ak created an AI of this Grand Wizard, and they got investigators out there stalking his house, and it's an AI. Oh, this shit's out of control.
What we were told was the Carson kid and George were getting investigated, got pressed by investigators, and cooperated.
No, not Grandy.
And told and said that they get their marching orders from Akademiks and Drake. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's not true. I'm just
Grandy's Vietnamese?
What? Is he? He lives in Australia. Yo, I sent Ak the pictures they sent us of him, and Ak goes, "Who is this?" And I go, "They say this is the George Grand Wizard chat nigga dude." And then he was like, "What?" I thought
Grand is an AI.
he was skinny. And so I guess when he sent Grand the pictures, you know, Grand confirmed, like, "Yeah, man, I got these pictures sent to me, you know, a few months ago." So I was just...
Listen, this is how people lie so much. I'm telling you, you can't trust people, man. This is a fact. You can't trust people. Act created an AI, Grand Wizard, and they acting like they investigated him, talked to him, and that he said something about Act. That shit crazy. Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Yo, I'm telling you, you can't trust people, man.
Calling Act to give him a head.
Now, I will say everything, and I think Charlotte knows that. Everything Charlotte shared with me, I shared. I'm a loyal nigga, bro. Like, we think I'm just gonna take this info and just go to the corner and not tell the guys? Yo, hey, this is all the info. What's going on? I sat with everybody.
And I said, yo, you might need to watch the people around you. Because sometimes, man.
No, Grandy.
Listen, sometimes you.
He's hilarious, though.
I don't know. But sometimes you be in business with people and aren't fully aware of all the things that they may be doing.
So
right?
is that, so there's a.
Yo, let me tell you this. And again, they have this document outside somewhere. So, like, there's no, I don't do the secret shit, because if y'all claim y'all got the info, it's not secret. So let me tell you fully what he said. So Charlamagne basically tells me that there's an investigation going on. Grand Wizard and another person who actually he's chat nigga. So two chat niggas have gotten cornered and have flipped, and they're snitching on me like I'm Dirk. And they're snitched on me and Drake, literally, right? That's the info he told me. He was kind of telling me this info to say, hey, Ak, watch out, because some of these people you have with you, they're snitching. Number one, I'm telling you, I don't believe it. Okay, I've talked to these people, and by the way, I hate the fact that he even put that into the air, because there's nothing to snitch about. What all this inquiry shit is a civil case. There's no criminal shit. Second of all, I felt like it was a weak attempt to divide and conquer. I told y'all, I'm the most loyal nigga in media. If you ever see my downfall, you're gonna say, damn, Ak was a little bit too loyal, and it's okay. That's my tragic flaw. Okay, I give people too many chances. It's always been in my life. What Charlamagne then starts to do in our conversation is to say, Ak, he's trying to turn me against Grand Wizard. Say, yo, bro, you sure how much you know him? And I told him straight up, I said, nigga, I trust Grand Wizard with everything, nigga. Straight up, like, what you want me to say? Like, what you think I'm like some like weakling that's gonna be like, man, I don't really know him. Nigga, I trust that nigga with everything, nigga. What are you talking about? Then, and this is why, and I'll say this publicly, because I would say to Charlamagne privately. Charlamagne, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think necessarily this was your plan necessarily, but y'all wanted me to turn against my guys. I'm not doing that. They told me even, they were like, oh, Ak, I ain't gonna lie. Man, these guys, they doing a lot of crypto shit, blah, blah. Grand Wizard getting paid millions. Like, yo, we seen the payments from da-da-da. Like, you got paid a couple $100,000. Grand Wizard got paid millions. I said, bro, like, first of all, I am a pocket watcher, but I'm like, how I heard that was to say, damn, how is Grand Wizard making more money than me? It was a way to turn me against someone who I associate with and I trust. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're saying, oh, we have the documents to say that Grand Wizard gets millions of dollars, and the money that you've gotten paid out from certain shit isn't millions of dollars. And that was supposed to turn me against him. No, nigga, I told that to Grand too. I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna just keep it a bean. So I looked at everything as, and again, I don't think necessarily it's just Charlamagne. Like, obviously, I think Grand, and I asked Charlamagne if he wanted to talk to Grand, because I do think it's a little bit personal at this point, because I think Grand feels he's getting doxxed, and then Charlamagne probably is like, yo, why are you attacking me? Well, Grand is probably like, yo, you're trying to get Act to believe that I'm a snake, that I'm a snitch, and that I'm a thief, right? Also, people are trying to take pictures, like, so that's why Grand and Charlamagne's whatever. For me, though, I lay all my cards on the table. So, yeah, that's what I took away from the conversation. Charlamagne literally asked me, he says, Ack, how much do you trust these guys? And I was just like, I trust Grand with everything. Like, Grand is like Grand day one. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I took it. But so anyway, you're going to hear him kind of say that he was really trying to give me a drop on that. And I was just like, this is why it's confusing. Also, Charlamagne is on this podcast framing this as if it's a federal investigation. Let's use our brains here. If the feds or some type of investigative body that is the authorities were investigating people, why would they give all the info to Charlamagne the God and Jeremy Hecht? So he keeps saying investigation. That's why when he told me, he's like, yeah, these guys are snitching. I'm like, how are they snitching if it's not the cops they're talking to? You know who they talk to? They talk to private investigators for a company that I believe Rock Nation funded to sue Drake, me, and Aiden. That's what I think. But Charlamagne is telling me that it's snitching. And I'm like, well, when you say snitching, it kind of feels like it's the cops. But why would the cops give you the details? Unless you're the cops. Right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Just listen to this.
Legal activity because they're being paid to do things?
Look.
What's illegal about that?
So Schultz is saying, is this some illegal or legal stuff? Because when you hear people are cooperating, you hear police. Here we go.
I really, to be honest with you, I really don't know. I really don't know. When I say I don't know, I really don't know. I saw this guy, there's this guy in Australia. He wrote an article called, what was his name? His name is Kishore. Man, what's his name, Chris? You know his name? He wrote this article.
Is this alleged, by the way? Like, are we?
Well, this is an article from Australia. It says the rapper, the crypto billionaire, and the Instagram mystery man. The Instagram mystery man is Grant with a chat nigga, AKA George Nguyen, or whoever it is. Now, Act told me that the dude Carson used to Act told me that the dude Carson used to work for him.
Even more hilarious now that I know these Vietnamese.
Yes. Oh, actually, I'm showing a picture of it.
It's insane.
We should put a picture up. But Act told me that. What's his name? You want to report his name?
It is Kishore Napier Rahman.
Kishore Napier Rahman apparently has been doing this story. Like, he writes for like a newspaper out there in Australia. So apparently this was a big deal. Like, they came to Grand Wizard's house, AKA George Nguyen, and was talking to his parents and was talking to him. And this is all allegedly. Him and the dude Carson were cooperating and just told them, hey, we do these things because of these two individuals, you know, Akademiks and Drake. Once again, I don't know if this is true or not. I just decided to tell Act what the hell was going on.
No, and by the way, for the people who think that I'm ungrateful, no, thank you to the heads up, but follow the heads up with where the hell you heard this shit from. What? What?
Right? So, also, Act told me that Carson...
So they're rolling on, according to this, they're rolling on Act.
Who's rolling on that?
The Grandy and then the other person.
They just said that they're cooperating, and they said that the two people they get their marching orders from was Akademiks and Drake.
But are they, so they're cooperating against?
That's what it sounded like to me.
And we know this is true or this is all alleged right now.
I'm just showing you what they said. They said it's been an investigation.
I just don't want to throw things on people that I find hilarious.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what I mean? If you're not funny, you're guilty.
But shout out to Schultz, man. Schultz loves grand.
Once you're funny, I'm like, God, man.
But Act told
might be innocent.
But Act told me that Carson used to work for him, but Carson don't work for him no more. And we were told that Carson used to run Akademiks TV, but now allegedly George and Drake.
Now, this is why I keep saying about Charlamagne having this info. Charlamagne says, we were told that this guy used to run it, but now, like, who's we? Like, who's telling you this?
Run Akademiks TV. Now, I told Ack all of this last
Akademiks
week.
TV is it's
like a Twitter page that is crazy. Like, they go crazy on people. Like,
number one Twitter page in the space. I gotta let y'all know. Like, I don't know if y'all heard the news. Like, you know, Akademiks TV is one of them ones. Still, I gotta keep it a beam. If you guys have it, if you're on Twitter, you gotta go to Akademiks TV. This is, you know, the most trusted source in hip hop. I'll say that. The most trusted source. Okay, you know, never sleeps, always with the updates, and always calling out people on their hypocrisy. Akademiks TV, you can't beat it. Can't even lie. Okay. Now let's get back to it. My bad.
I mean, they just say the wildest shit. Like they say the wildest shit about people. So this is apparently, this is allegedly George right here. that's a grand right there.
The GOAT, bro. The GOAT.
So
nah,
that's apparently him. But by the way,
so see, Charlamagne has some private pictures of Grant was a chat nigga. Yo, I keep trying to tell y'all, me and Charlamagne not beefing, but he beefed with my man Grant, and I offered to put him on the phone. I think we should make it fair. So Charlamagne offered to put me on the phone or try to squash whatever with me and Rock Nation. And he said, would you be down to talk to Desiree or Jay? Well, he didn't say Jay, but he said like Desiree. I'm like, yeah, I'm down to get on the phone with him. You know what I mean? Even though I'm like, you're Charlamagne. They must have not told you the latest update. They definitely would never get on the phone. But I said I was down to get on the phone with him. I did try to get Charlamagne on the phone with Grand Wizard Chat nigga.
It gets crazier, right? So,
yo, George, stay true, George. Don't roll, George.
He might have already did, but anyway,
don't do it.
Here's my thing. I told Act,
I can't unfollow.
Listen,
the content's too good. I can't unfollow.
I told Act this information.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what Act went back and told the team.
Okay.
But
I told him everything you told me. I'm sorry, everything. Nigga, every single thing. I love you, Charlamagne, but like, these are my people who, like, I didn't tell him to like, oh, this is Charlamagne like snitching on it. I'm like, yo, hey, there's some info out here. This is what it is. I stand with the gang, you know?
And it's funny if I go to you and I say, yo, this dude, George, Grand was a chat nigga, you know, runs Akademiks TV, allegedly. And I'm telling you that this dude and this guy Carson might be cooperating and telling things about y'all that may or may not be true. But then you spend the whole week slandering me.
Oh, Ack was slandering you?
No, Akademiks TV, who's ran by George, AKA Grand was a chat nigga.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you spend the whole week slandering me because of what I told Akademiks. It's like you're kind of proving these people right. But somebody comes to me and says, hey, this guy right here, you know, works for these two individuals, gets paid to spread these narratives. And then when I go to your man and tell your man something about you, you spend the whole week slandering me.
But why would they slander you? What, isn't that so obvious?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a great question. When I saw one of the posts, I sent it to Act. And I'll tell you what Act said. I sent it to Act. I said, yo, aiming at me won't do nothing for him. I just put you on to what came across our desk because you always do it for me. And then he said, yeah, I think he thinks you and Rock Nation are exposing him. LOL. He said he got those pics 3 months ago. LOL. This is next level. LOL. Dude is in another country. The fuck I got to do with this? You know what I'm saying?
So they
what the
think
fuck Rock Nation got to do with this?
they think you're tied to this expose on
How? When I called your man
to notify him.
to tell him what the fuck was going on, Ak didn't.
Yeah, but Charlamagne, you also call me to tell me to back up off these guys without, like, on some like, yo, Ak, fall back from them, and I'm like, okay, so where is this coming from? I don't know. What?